In the realm of cybersecurity, the stakes are higher than ever, especially when it comes to the ongoing threats posed by state-sponsored actors. One such group, APT36, also known as Transparent Tribe, has been identified as a significant threat to Indian government entities, employing increasingly sophisticated tactics to achieve its objectives. This Pakistan-based cyber espionage group has recently escalated its operations, specifically targeting systems running the Boss Linux operating system with customized malware. But here's where it gets controversial. The methods they use to infiltrate these systems are not only clever, but also raise questions about the effectiveness of current security measures. Overview of the threat. APT36 has been actively engaged in cyber espionage against Indian governmental institutions, showcasing a notable evolution in their tactics. Recent findings from Cypherma indicate that the group is now utilizing tailored malware specifically designed for the Boss operating system, which is a Linux distribution used widely in India. This shift in focus highlights the group's adaptability and strategic planning as they aim to maintain covert access to critical government infrastructure while evading traditional security protocols. Chapter 1. The initial breach typically occurs through spear-phishing emails, which are highly targeted and crafted to deceive the recipient. In this case, the attackers use weaponized .desktop shortcut files that, when opened, download and execute malicious payloads. This method is particularly insidious because it exploits the trust users place in seemingly legitimate documents. For instance, the campaign involves distributing a compressed archive file named Meeting Notice LTR ID 1543ops pdf.zip. Inside this archive is a .desktop file that masquerades as a harmless PDF shortcut. However, once executed, this file triggers a series of commands that allow the attacker to download and run malicious software without the user's knowledge. The clever design of the .desktop file includes commands that create a temporary file, download a hex-encoded payload from an attacker-controlled server, and execute it, all while launching a benign-looking PDF in the background to distract the user. Technical breakdown of the malware. The .desktop file is not just a simple shortcut. It is a sophisticated tool designed to execute a chain of commands automatically. The commands are executed in a bash shell, which allows the attacker to perform multiple actions in a single line. For example, the script generates a temporary file name in the TMP directory, retrieves a malicious file, converts it from hex to binary, and then makes it executable. This stealthy approach ensures that the malicious payload operates unnoticed, while the user believes they are merely viewing a document. Moreover, the malware establishes persistence by ensuring it runs every time the user logs in, effectively maintaining access to the system. This is achieved through various attributes in the .desktop file, such as setting it to execute automatically and disguising it with a familiar PDF icon. Domain analysis and command infrastructure. The domain SecureStore.cv has been identified as part of the malicious infrastructure used by APT36. This domain, which was registered recently, has been observed communicating with the malicious .desktop file. The rapid registration of such domains is a common tactic among cybercriminals, as it allows them to create disposable infrastructure that can be quickly abandoned if detected. Additionally, another domain, modgov India space, has been flagged as malicious and is linked to APT36's activities. This domain serves as a command and control C2 server, facilitating communication between the malware and the attackers. The presence of hard-coded C2 addresses within the malware indicates a well-planned strategy for maintaining control over compromised systems. The bigger picture. APT36's operations are not limited to targeting Indian government entities. They have expanded their focus to include educational institutions, defense contractors, and critical infrastructure sectors. This broadening of targets raises significant concerns about the potential risks to partners and suppliers, as well as the implications for diplomatic missions abroad. The group's ability to adapt and exploit indigenous technologies, such as the BOSS operating system, underscores the need for heightened vigilance and improved security measures. Recommendations for mitigation. To counter the ongoing threat posed by APT36, several proactive measures are recommended. 1. Enhance email security. Implement advanced solutions to detect spear-phishing attempts and disable automatic execution of attachments. 2. User training. Regularly educate users about the risks associated with phishing and the importance of scrutinizing unsolicited attachments. 3. System hardening. Restrict execution permissions in sensitive directories and enforce strict controls on file types that can be executed. 4. Monitoring and detection. Utilize endpoint detection and response (EDR) solutions to monitor for suspicious activities and establish network segmentation to contain potential breaches. 5. Integrate threat intelligence. Use indicators of compromise (IOCs) to enhance detection capabilities and conduct threat hunting based on known tactics used by APT36. 6. Patch management. Ensure that all systems are regularly updated to mitigate vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. 7. Behavior-based controls. Implement rules to detect and block suspicious command sequences that are indicative of malware activity. Conclusion. The analysis of APT36's cyber espionage campaign reveals a sophisticated approach to targeting BOSS Linux environments within Indian government entities. The use of weaponized .desktop files to disguise malicious activities highlights the need for improved security awareness and proactive measures. As the threat landscape continues to evolve, it is crucial for organizations to remain vigilant and adapt their defenses accordingly. What do you think about the effectiveness of current cybersecurity measures against such sophisticated threats? Are there additional strategies you believe should be implemented? Share your thoughts in the comments.